guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to achieve this eye look featuring the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Alien palette. I have been really dying to get into the colors in this palette, so that is what we're going to do today. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have one eye completed for this makeup look. I am using the Alien palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I have been dying to do a look with like the green shades in this palette, so I decided to do this, and I did take some inspiration from online. I will show you kind of the pictures I was looking at. I googled green cut crease, and these were kind of the looks I found. The one I was looking at the most was this one. So I'll have to see if I can find like who originally posted that, but if anything, as you guys can see, I just found it right from Google, and I kind of put my own spin on it. As you guys can see, it's not the exact same thing. I was just kind of seeing for some inspiration. So we are going to just jump right into it. I have my concealer down, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm just going to set the lid with the shade Titan. And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some tape, because what I did was I put some tape down originally to kind of create like that cat eye effect, and then I just kind of buffed it out so that it wasn't like a harsh line. So the only thing I have is like this washi tape that has hearts, so it did the job. I don't have any regular Scotch tape, so I'm just going to put this to create like that, you know, that winged look. Alright, and I do have my base makeup already done, but I probably maybe should have done that second, but honestly, the tape didn't really mess it up, so it should be fine. This tape is actually pretty decent. Like, it's not super sticky, and it is like, it's washi tape, so when you use it on paper, it does kind of easily remove, so it's not like a super sticky tape that's going to pull up all the makeup. So anyway, now I'm going to take like a fluffy crease brush, and I'm taking the shade Abduction. And I'm just really putting that all through the crease and bringing it really high. And the reason I do want to bring this pretty high is because, for one, I'm going in with a deeper green shade, and we are cutting the crease, so I want to make sure that you can still see a little bit of this, you know, after we cut the crease. Obviously, this is not like your everyday wearable eye look that you'd wear to the office. This is more, you know, fun and colorful. This is something I would totally wear like to a festival. So, you know, now that I'm getting closer to going to Coachella, I've been practicing some more colorful looks. That way I can, you know, figure out what kind of eye looks I want to wear with my outfits. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm taking this Morphe brush. It's a bit more like precise of a crease brush, and I'm taking the shade Flying Saucer, and this is the one I'm focusing more so in the immediate crease area. And I'm really just taking my time and focusing on building this up. And I'm not really worrying about how messy the lid is getting, because we are just going to cut the crease, so that'll all get covered. Now, just for blending purposes, going back in with the first shade Abduction and just kind of blending out the edges. And then going back in with Flying Saucer to kind of just continue to deepen it. Alright, so that is what it's looking like. Still, it's pretty messy right now. But the beauty of a cut crease is that it all comes together and you clean it up. So I'm going to take my concealer now and just cut the crease a bit. I'm using my Sigma concealer brush, and I'll use my NARS Soft Matte. This isn't really the best concealer for cutting the crease, but if you guys watched my Shop My Stash, I'm really just trying to use up some of this and some of my products that I haven't touched in a while. Alright, so now that we have, this is what we're looking like. It is cut. And don't worry, we will continue to focus on the crease as well. Actually, what I did was I took that shade Flying Saucer again, and I just very gently over top of like where the concealer meets it, I just kind of dusted it to try to like just blend it so it's not like a super harsh line. And I'm also taking some of this green shade and like stamping it on the outer corner just to kind of keep things a little bit blended on the outer portion. So now what I did was I took my finger and I'm taking the shade Pluto, and I'm focusing this on the inner portion of the eye first. So I started with my finger, and then I went in with my Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the JH41, and I'm just taking some of that on here and then just packing it right in that inner corner, bringing it up to the crease and just really building it. Then I'm taking on the other side of that brush, I'm taking the shade UFO, which is this gold shade, and I'm just going to pat that onto the center. And I'm kind of just trying to blend the two together. This part does take a good amount of blending, so we go back and forth. So I'm just packing this shade on. And then now I'm going to go back in with some of Pluto. And I'm also going to go back in with my finger, because sometimes I find blending shades together is a little bit easier with your finger. So I'll take a little bit more Pluto, I'll take some of UFO, and just try to blend them together. And then for the outer part, I'm going to take a different brush, and I'm taking the shade Probe. This really pretty, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really pretty. So I'm taking some of that, and I'm just putting that on the outer corner. And now we gotta go back in with that UFO shade, which is the gold. And we're just gonna pack some of that back on to try to blend those two together. And then now back in with Pluto. And then let's go back in with Probe. Honestly, this step is just a matter of like getting it to the desired depth and also getting it to be blended the way I want it to be. So now I'm just gonna take my finger and just kind of, and I'm not adding anything, I'm just blending, trying to like mesh the seams of all these colors. So that is what we're looking like so far. And now I did end up taking a pencil brush, and I took just a little tiny, like a, literally like the smallest little dab of the black, shade Black Hole, and then also that Flying Saucer shade, and I just kind of ran that right at the crease, just very carefully. Because we don't want to take away from what we just did. So now I'm just going to take the original fluffy brush and some of Abduction and just kind of blend out the edges at the top here. And for the brow bone, I'm also going to take that Pluto shade and just stick that as the brow bone highlight. And that is also going to be our inner corner highlight shade. So far, here's what it's looking like. I don't know, I just think it's such a fun look. I don't know, I really like it. So now what we're going to do is we will take away the tape. Actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter that I took away the tape, but the next thing I did do was I took my Maybelline Eye Studio. This is the gel liner in Blackest Black. All I did was, I was thinking about doing a baby wing, but since I'm not good at those, I really didn't want to risk it. So I took it on an angled brush, and I'm just really pressing this into the lash line to create a little bit more volume and darkness for the lashes. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of this and just very closely pressing this into the lash line. Not really creating any kind of liner or anything. It's just literally right up against the lash line. Alright, and now we will, so it just creates a little bit more depth to the lash line. So next what we will do is we are going to take a pencil brush, and I'm taking that Abduction shade again and just really messily kind of putting that at the lower lash line. And don't worry about like this harsh line right now, because I will kind of clean that up. So as I'm doing the lower lash line, I am dragging it out to that to try to like blend away that harsh line. And what I did end up doing was just taking this like flat brush from the Jaclyn Hill brushes and just kind of like pull it down a little bit so that that harsh line goes away. And as we blend the lower lash line too, it does help kind of take away the harshness. Now with that same pencil brush, taking Flying Saucer and just putting that at the lower lash line as well. And also what I did was I took this like pencil brush and kind of took that Flying Saucer shade again and just pressed it closer to the lash line. And I will also take this pencil brush and take a little bit of that Probe shade again and push that very tightly into the lash line. Here's what the lower lash line is looking like. Pretty dark and smoky. And then I also just took this blending brush with no product and just kind of buffed out the edges. Just to kind of make sure everything looks mostly seamless. Now, I'm not a makeup artist, so I know this isn't as good as it would be if someone else did it, but I think I did pretty good for not being a makeup artist. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking my CoverGirl Katy Perry liner in black and just waterlining and tightlining with it. And we'll put on our mascara. Hold on. Now we will take L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise and coat the lashes. Now all we need to complete this look is a lip color. So give me 1 second and we'll be right back to do the lip. Alright guys, so I ended up just putting the lip on off camera because I was kind of debating with a bunch of colors and I wanted to see which one would look best. I ended up just ultimately going with a nude. I looked up online and that's kind of what was suggested with green eyeshadow. I tried a couple others and they just kind of clashed with the look. When you have this bold of a look, it's probably better just to keep the lip simple. So I ended up using my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fair Game. This may not have been like the perfect nude to go with it, but I'm going with it. So this is what the finished look looks like. guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing this more colorful look on my channel. Normally I do very neutral looks, so this was super fun to create, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I actually wish I could just wear this like for hours and hours, and I had somewhere to go to wear it because it's so pretty. And honestly, the shadows in this palette performed really well. Normally I was just sticking with the neutral shades in this palette, but I really like the colorful ones, and I really want to do a look focusing on this shadow being like the main star of the show. I only used it in the outer corner, but I think it is really pretty. And yeah, so that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe before you go, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.